Everybody, hope you're doing well. I'm going to play this video, okay? And I think it's very important. Then I'm going to tell you about, unfortunately, I just call it a horror call. That's all I can say. I just call it a horror call. The call that I received on yesterday, and I call my little crew, and it's like, oh my goodness, let me tell you what happened, and I'm going to tell you all what happened. um, about what happened to this black man. Okay, and just so you know, not him on the screen. Okay, but I want you to just hear the message that this man is giving.
Because we grew up in a country where you want retail, pick and pay is the comparison. You
Okay,
want banking,
and I think
F&B.
maybe this might be a part that maybe some of us don't understand. I really do. I think this might be a part that some don't understand, and then we'll go ahead and get to
Because
it.
we grew up in a country where you want retail, pick and pay is the comparison. You want banking, F&B is the comparison. We don't know that if a Penwell starts a pick and pay, we must be kind to him and patient as he fails, because one day he's not going to fail at all. I know guys who are startup founders at Stellenbosch who would be trending today if people knew what was happening with their businesses, but the community protects them. It says fail again. Tomorrow, the person's built King Price or this, and then we sit and complain and say, where's the black insurance companies? The liberation of black people is up to black people. If just we changed how we are with each other, that change everything. Because we grew up.
Now that is so true. The liberation is up to who? Up to black people.
Country where you want retail, pick and pay is the comparison. You want banking, F&B is the comparison. We don't know that if a Penwell starts a pick and pay, we must be kind to him and patient as he fails, because one day he's not going to fail at all. I know guys who startup founders
not look for something to go wrong, and it's true, he or she. But we don't do that. We're so ready to go ahead and lash out. Oh, look at that. Oh, look what they did. Or what I didn't like was this is a problem in the community. Let's get to the horror call that I got on yesterday. But it is so true. Patients don't know patience. Who in the heck goes to kindergarten and then I'm in 12th grade in 3 weeks? We have a different expectation when it comes to us and other people. So yesterday I got a phone call, and it just, what they say, I think we were on the phone for an hour and I was very busy, blew the wind out of my sail. And it wasn't even me. I want to tell you what happened to this black man, businessman. And again, I don't want to scream, but I want you to hear what he said. It's up to us, the mindset. And it's not going to happen overnight. Got a phone call. Person said, hey, what happened to so-and-so? No. And I was like, I said, oh yeah, him. Because I think I may have met the person once and met somebody that had dated him. Okay. But he married someone else. So I'm expecting to hear good news. First of all, some background on him. The black man that I'm referring to, he had started like it's not I say a fast food, and it's the kind of fast food where you don't go in to dine. Okay, it's none of that. Child, they might start boxing up, so I can understand it. So they start the one when you go in and dine. Pretty much when you go in, you can order food through a drive-through, or at a window to get it to go. You can order and then pick it up. Okay, he did that. Did one, two, oh, boom, three, all in the black community. His hiring came from where? All black people in the black community. Yeah. Hiring the little ones in the hood. Putting a check in your pocket when nobody else would. Guess what happened? Again, I'm telling you, what, 3 locations? Guess what happened, folks? All 3 locations have closed down. You think that man put up more than $30 of his own money to get it started? It's not like banks are willing to throw money at you. Don't forget, most areas in the hood are what? Redlined. You think? This ran me hot. And of course, it's like, well, what happened? What happened was this. He set up those 3 places, hired the black folks in the hood, gave them jobs. And of course, he gets out that, hey, this one man, he owns 3 places. So, it's going to get out. He got a location over there too. Hired him. You got a background, that's okay. Going to give you a chance to get a check. Again, nobody else is coming. So, the person that found out initially is like, why did you close down? Went by there, no one's there. Any of your locations, we've been trying to call you. He been busy, all right. He closed down all 3 for 2 reasons. Aside from them stealing from him, oh, that's common. You give them a job and they'll steal from you. Yesterday, and it was so weird because I also saw what happened to show up on my feed. Different ones getting the job. Same, us too. One chick worked the job for 2 weeks and she done stole some lottery tickets. So anyway, person's like, well, what's going on? And he's kind of, I can understand you're not going to sound the alarm. He said he had to close down because get 2 things. Don't forget they're stealing from him. So then the inventory coming up funny, and so is the money. Oh, but here is the piece of resistance. This is why nobody's coming. Hell, I wouldn't come. You got to pick and choose individually. The man, he's in financial ruin, or soon will be. So you don't want to kind of talk, about that. Guess what happened, people? The ones working there, it was determined that they didn't like the way he was talking to them or telling them what to do. Or he'll say, do this right here and change his mind and do that. Dumb in business, that's how it works. And the hood doesn't understand business. So guess what happened? Some of the workers, that's why I said, I just cannot believe this, dude, that they set you up. Some of the workers, you know what they did? They got mad at him. And if somebody's stealing from you, stealing your merchandise, then you look at what you mean. The order just came in inventory, stealing the food and getting paid. Oh, we out of that, ma'am. We out of that, ma'am. And it was he and she, so not just one. Guess what happened? They got so pissed off at him, and I know it's jealousy and it's ignorance. They poisoned the food. They poisoned the food so much that customers got sick, and not he's going to be, no, he's already been served with several lawsuits. We need jobs. No, we need birth control because what we're birthing is going all wrong in a lot of these communities. I couldn't believe it. They maliciously poisoned the food, and people got sick and went to the hospital and kept some of the food, and now the man is being sued. Multiple lawsuits. And I just thought, you got to be, no. Oh, when it was happening, some of the dumb workers knew about it and saw it. But they couldn't see this. So if that happens, and something is in the hood water. If that happens, what the heck makes you think you're gonna keep a job? I mean, like, really now, humor me. How did you see this playing out? You didn't see that by you doing this to this man that he's gonna be sued, legally liable, and then gonna have to shut down. You really thought you're gonna keep on coming to work and you're gonna get paid a salary. You cannot be this dumb. Didn't think it through. But the jealousy and envy. That's why when it comes to customer service job, any job, if you don't want to be there, if you're gonna have a stank, unprofessional attitude, go home and starve. Because you are doing so much harm to overall the culture. Not as if we have a stellar reputation. Just go home. Oh, but you won't do that because you know that your broke behind needs that check. You need that income. And yet you do this. How do you see this turning out? Are you really that stupid? I guess so. So now, litigation enforced. Guess what? You're not gonna believe. I mean, it's like, how dumb can you be? now I see why a lot of people, when these ladies get into a little jam and they carry the seed of poverty D over and over again. A lot of people, especially with resources, they don't have any sympathy because they already know. They know a little bit more than I do, and I get it. I'm late to the party. So now, after litigation has come up, guess what? Now the Negroes is talking. Well, so and so did that because they got mad. You mean you couldn't contact the owner? You could have called on your day off after I left the voicemail. You could have left a text message. You could what? You didn't say nothing. So this is I just yesterday I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I know it's like it's not like the banks are sitting up here trying to throw money at us to start a business. You wonder why the areas are red line, honey. I'm gonna say this, and I told my homegirl yesterday because she's like ride or die Biden, and I'm not. And I thought about it. I said, I'm going to say this right here. And I'm not on the Biden bus. I said, but when Biden Boo was ignoring the black community when he first got elected, they're like, he ain't talking with us. He ain't meeting with us. Honey, I think he know more than I do, or his little crew. Kamala might know. I thought about that. I said, you notice? And I got to thinking about that. The replacement, I understand the replacement theory. I just told you last week, or was it earlier this? No, earlier this week. I think I just told you about the one with the boutique and stuff. Kid coming there with a Slurpee and wasted. You know, I don't. I ain't paying my maid. I'm not a maid. I'm not a maid service. Just wipe it up, dum dum. Wipe it up. Now it's like you gotta be kidding me. First it says no food and drink, and some people gonna ignore it. Kid don't wear some slurpy slushy thing down. So nobody cleaned it up. Now that business owner got a darn claim. Meanwhile came in and she, I mean, it's like you got to be kidding me. What they say, Hall and Oak say it isn't so. So yeah. So now, after, can you understand? Not he's going to be sued. No, already several lawsuits done popped up because what they did, and it ain't no Klansman. Well, it's the Black Klansman. I keep telling you, in our community, believe it or not, we have certain black women and a black man that might as well work for the Klan. When you're a black business owner, you have to pretty much put your own money up. It's not like you have investors or banks that's throwing money at you. Then when you do, look what happens to you. Look what happens to you. So now, and it's like, you mean to tell me so all this so and so was saying they didn't like the way that he was talking to him, or like, they didn't like his attitude. Sir, you should do like the white folks do. You just ignore them. And I thought about a black restaurant that was hiring all Hispanic. Haven't heard them closing down. The seed of poverty, indeed, these fools are too dumb to feed. Now I see those Republicans, they want to give them extra money for food. I'm sorry. Oh, the price of inflation. Democrats trying to fight hard for them. They need more money in food stamps. Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I get it. I understand. So you mean workers knew and nobody said nothing? Here you are trying to be. I keep on telling you, you cannot make this stuff up. TDG, the turn down group. I was poisoned, and now, not he said several lawsuits being sued. It's not even worth fighting. I'm like, and at the time period, depends on what he's got. You're thinking, I'm just going to do a drive through and a pull up. They can get the food and go. So that way, you don't risk an exposure, someone coming inside and, any kind of injury, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to minimize your exposure to risk. Hard sweat and tears, all the money put into it. The Negroes, aside from stealing from him, they poisoned the food on purpose. And I guess they thought they were just going to be slick and maybe drive out business. You didn't think this through, do you? See, hood rats, low and bottom of the barrel, Sometimes booing doo it's in all nationalities. I'm talking about what happened in this community, black community. They don't think, they just do. They don't think things through, they just do. They don't think things through. They just do. And then, I can't believe what I didn't. That's the problem. You didn't think. So now, I yesterday was just like, and and I waited, you know, and then it occurred to me, I told my friend, I said, "Oh my God, do we know if he incorporated? Because if he's operating as a sole prop, and if he's operating as a sole prop proprietor, I'm concerned about his home, his assets, savings. I'm concerned." Unbelievable. They and now all so now this has happened. Now the Negroes is talking. Nobody can say anything then. Again, I think I understand their replacement a heck of a lot more. Not that I'm on team bottom. Oh, I understand ignoring them because they know this group, and I think a lot of these people. Again, I understand, and that's a different video. Got pending. I understand a whole lot. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That man is screwed. Lord, take the. I just, and as a business owner, I know, I understand. And it hurts me so. Financial ruin. Poison the. Because they didn't like the way he was. They're so. Now, take a clue. I couldn't believe it. You give them employment. It reminds me in Houston that two black men owned a McDonald's. I think they had more than one location. Two black men owned a McDonald's. One was going to do a deposit at the bank, and one of the workers to set the man up. Little TT and them is out in the parking lot waiting on the man. How did they know he was going at that time? Let's say this happened to be there. The police already said it's the inside job. And they tried to grab that band. He held it back, and then they shot and killed him. Even if he had a record, he was giving them jobs. I did a video on it. Give them a job, child. They'll turn around and get you robbed, get you killed and robbed. And then the decent ones of us that need a chance can't even get it. I just thought, this is crazy. And I'm like, did he incorporate to try to, I just want them to have to come after his house. What did he do? He set up a business and provided jobs for the community. That's the thanks you get. She left him alone. Should have left them alone. It doesn't work out. And then it makes it harder for the decent black person who's not like that, because there's so many here, you're afraid to take a chance. So look what happened to a black businessman setting up businesses and hiring black people in Blackistan. I was just so money will just. If I say, is it worth fighting? Methodists try to settle. Because even he already said, oh yeah. And I'm like, did these Negroes set him up to get? I mean, this is crazy. I keep on telling you, you can be a gangster, you can be a hood rat, a father's home creator, a dumb woman that just create criminals using her womb as a wallet. You don't need benefits. Me and my baby, my baby. Like the fool sitting up there stealing those diapers. You couldn't just take one box full. Obviously, the homeowners worked. Not that I'm for stealing, but the idea you sitting up here riding around the neighborhoods like a fool, you would have a child by a man that can't even afford to put diapers on the baby's little booty. You, girl. I'm sorry to tell you this. You a fool. That's it. You are foolish. That's why a lot of people, the sympathy is drying up for a lot of these women in these situations. And then to take all, I think it was 4 boxes. One picked up 2 boxes. Then the other little chickadee, I guess she gonna have a heart. She must, have a heart. I'm gonna take one. She picked up two like the first one did, and then she let that go. In other words, I'm gonna leave him one. I gotta give her some points for that. Here come the other. Oh no, he ain't. I'm taking all 4. I need this for my baby. You wonder why no one's coming. Then you want to holler, they ain't gentrifying the neighborhood. Where we gonna go? You think that you give validation to the redlining. You tear up your own CHIT, your own neighborhood, your own shit. Then you sit up here. Well, the more you tear it up, the cheaper and cheaper the land is going to become. And then here come the investors. They'll snatch it up. That's why, what's the video I did? They will de-ninjarize. And black people, we have to suffer because of the ninjas. They will, so we're like, hey, I'm not a ninja. I'm a black person. Child, the black folks are out of about the ninjas. The ignorant ones. They will de-ninjarize. Sanitize because ninjas are nasty. Look, I saw a video yesterday. I said, look at this right here. All these people out in the streets, I'm trying to understand, why do I see paper and trash every freaking where? All these people out in the street, why do I see paper and trash everywhere? Why? So nobody knows how to get some gloves. Just trash, child, just litter. It's on the sidewalk but they out in the streets fighting or getting loud and yelling like some idiots. So ninjas are nasty. That's why they de-ninjarize, sanitize, and then gentrify. They want to get all of us out. The black folks got to suffer with the ninjas because there's a difference. There are cultures within cultures. That black man comes from a culture trying to build. And he saw it's a win-win. I can start a business, I can make some money, and I can put some money in their pockets. And these fools ruin it. Oh, I hope a miracle happens. It reminds me, I remember this white guy was telling my husband, it was a while ago. He had a business in the hood. He said, I'm going to go ahead and just sell it. He said, yeah, he said, I know this black man. So he was trying to sell the business to a black man. And he said, I think maybe him being black, it may go over better for him. He said, because, he's hired different ones. It's not worth the stress. He did say they were stealing. And he said, they don't want to do what you tell them to do. He said, and the next thing you know, they want to file these complaints, and you might get a lawsuit filed. So he said, you know what? He said, it's just not cost effective. It's not worth the stress. And it's something you don't have CHIT with your broke behind. I'm kind of broke too. You don't have shit. Don't even have a fallback. And some of them are like super broke, like can't come up with $100. Can't come up with 500 or $1,000, let alone 5 or 10, 20, if life itself depended on it. Ain't no dang way. And you still foolish. No, you need that money to feed your kids, pay your rent. Not like we sitting up here trustafarians. Most in the hood don't even know what one is. As a person that's born with a trust fund. Probably can't spell trustafarian. Woo! So that guy, he said, yeah. He said, it's just not worth it. So it's time to set a business to a black man that he'd heard about. And, he said he might can make a go of it. He's like, maybe being black on black, they might take it better. he may have a go at it. And so he did sell the business at a profit. It was not at a loss, but he got it was a nice deal. He didn't walk away broke. He got out early. Oh my gosh, y'all. Guess what happened to fast forward? And people sometimes circle a wagon. You ever sell a house and go back and just check it out? Or a house that you grew up in, check it out. See how things have changed? Yeah. Well, um, circle the wagon, all right. He did the right thing for him and his family. Now, are you ready for check it out, go bro? Guess what happened to him? Tied a black man out of business. He called him. Same thing. Of course, it was worse than being a black person because they want to buck up at you. The little women are starting, yeah, 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 I would, yeah, 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 like you gotta hire them. So this right here, I keep on telling you, I've been saying they're gonna do what? Starve them out. Oh, I've been saying it. They're gonna starve them out. So guess what? Congratulations. I was yesterday. I just heartbreaking, man. Just heartbreaking. Because I know what that's like, the sweat and tears. I don't know about this, but I doubt it. But I hope he didn't get an SBA loan. You know how that can work out. You need this now more so than ever. Affirmative action is going. They don't have to hire you. This is crazy. It's crazy to me. And I thought about it. They didn't think this through. You think people in that area? Oh yeah, that kind of stuff gets out. Didn't think it through. So now where's your income? Where is it? Oh, we're facing homelessness, and this is the part we don't want to discuss. Want to pretend like, oh my, we just back in the day they used to do things like Lake Lanier, things like that, flood us out, eminent domain, the whole 9 yards. Now they changed to what, gentrification, and then we turn around and do part two. So, oh, look how they do us, and then look how we do each other. Double whammy. You wonder why you're at the bottom. We sitting up here helping tag team each other with degeneracy, hatred, and jealousy and ignorance, poverty. I thought this was a fine time for things to come out. So who all knew? And nobody said a thing. I don't want to get. Oh, but you're getting involved now. Now is a good time litigation to keep your dumb mouth shut. Now you just can't help with that. I mean, talk about carrying the seed of poverty. The more you see things like this here, and you see what's going on, it's not worth dealing with. The more you see things like this and you see what's going on, it's not worth dealing with. You got to be kidding me. As they say, where they do this at? So now in litigation, that's the time to keep your trap shut. Now the Nick Rose is up here talking. Well, I saw. Oh God. To the detriment of the business owner who put a check in your hand. That was too much. That was too much for me. It was too much. I come like, you got to be. Are you sure? I'm thinking like, no, it was done on purpose. So now the Negroes is talking in litigation. Now you open up your big old your soup cooler. That's the time to sew them shut. You idiot. They are, man. I tell you, dealing with it. What did I say on Patreon? It ain't worth worrying about them. It's only natural, but then you think about it. Don't get upset about them. I noticed this, and it could be nothing. Let's say you head home, you know, to maybe a main home. I ain't seen it. What's around you? Across the street, behind you, left, right. Everybody's in their beautiful homes, darling. Everybody's white. You might be out in your front yard. And I say, you know what I kind of notice? And maybe it's just me being a black woman. Why the chicken box thrown in the, why is it chicken box thrown in our yard? Really? Kind of, as I said, not saying any, I'm not saying that I want them to. Heck, Becky across the street got a porch. Hell, I don't. I wonder if her spidey senses is going off to say, "Hey, that black woman across the street, girl, she want a Porsche SUV like you got." I wonder if her spidey senses is kicking in. Girl, don't toss me the keys, huh? Why not? Do a sister a favor. I'm a hookup. I'm being facetious, but really, I thought about it. I said, I just kind of wonder, if one of my little peeps, somebody part of our community, see me in that house. I said, that's interesting. Again, a chicken box. And it could be somebody else. Could anybody of any race. I just kind of noticed. Never seen in Becky's yard. Huh. Anyway, I digress. When you try to build with this community, this is what can happen to you. For that black man, it's a mature black man. He probably put his life savings into it. I hurt for him. Lord, I hope he incorporated to keep his personal assets separate. It disturbs me. Poison the food on purpose. Then, like when he was talking, you got to be kidding. This is why nobody's coming to the hood. It's always up to no good. And the decent people have no idea. That's why when you see, I used to think people were being cruel, being mean. Especially rich people. Oh, don't worry about them. Don't worry. I get it. I understand. He put his time, money, and resources stealing from him. You say this to me, I'll get mad and I'm gonna poison your stuff. Not, he says several lawsuits. So basically, he put a paycheck in their hand. They put this man in bankruptcy. Because when you ask a question like, find out did he incorporate maybe his law, I kind of figured because then I asked the second person about it, and it was like nothing. So Bonquifa and the seed women carrying the seed of poverty D, they're men. I get it. I get the replacement. I get it. I get why they did not invest in this community. All that money to the immigrants, they already know. They already know. Immigrants setting up these shops with the money that they got. You heard about the American business owners getting robbed, but I didn't hear about them getting robbed, which I mean, it could happen. But this group right here, he gives you, I don't like the way that's why I say in some cases, poverty is a choice. In some cases, poverty is earned. Did the video on YouTube, Designing Your World. So that right there, congratulations, idiots. You cannot win with them. You can't. Again, look what happened to that man. Think it's some kind of joke. Lord, that just hurt me so. Really hurt me to my heart because I understand. Oh, I just feel for his family. This is what happens. I feel for his family. These Negroes are put you in financial ruin. He never should have opened up that business in the black community. He never should have hired him. He never should have. I don't know if they celebrate Christmas. I'm sure that they probably do. Can you imagine now? Might lose your house, your all because you tried to help the seed of poverty D. That's what he gets. I said before on Patreon, don't on those videos, and maybe on this channel, I've done so many. When things get bad for black folks, and they saw all this talk, now all of a sudden we want to talk about building. And what we should have done is had a business, and you have your business. Do not fall for the okey doke of the Negro. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start a business. Their kids need shoes. I'm gonna start a shoe business. Don't you do it. You'll be looking up. I ain't got to buy from you. Well, we didn't tell you to, huh? We didn't tell you to go ahead and set no business up. You did that on your own. This is this group. You did that on your own. I ain't got to buy from you. But then when you go out of business, then they'll be showing up. Man, this community, the BC, is home of the TDGs, the Tear Down Group. BC, fake stunner, #1 home of the TDGs, Tear Down Group. So his face, look at, I'm sure he's probably put out 100,000, probably a couple $100,000. He would have been, just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Why? With the seed of poverty deep on Queef and her man Tyrone, 99.9% of the time, it always goes wrong. Prayers up for the man. I just hope he can recover. Just, you think about it, put yourself in a situation. It really hurt me to my heart. Oh, I hope a miracle happens and soon. I hope we can get through this. And maybe win a lottery, a boatload of money, something. I just fear for his future. I guess he bet on black, and this time it went whack. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share this community. There are cultures within cultures you try to build. They are downright exasperating. And I'm out.